I spoke to Christine Sinclair before she left for France, I asked her, who is the one player we don't talk about enough that deserves so much more attention? Without hesitation, she said Jflem. You may have not known a ton about her before this tournament. She's not the most outgoing on the team, and she considers herself an introvert. But her personality off the pitch has nothing to do with it on it. And just 2 games in, we can already see why she is being dubbed the future face of Canada soccer.
I'm an introvert, I'm an observer. I'm kind of always looking around. A lot of things, like when I see the world, are interesting to me.
The lens that Jessie sees the world through, I think, is just very creative, and she's watching and trying to figure things out.
She does always have an eye for things that not a lot of people do.
Jessie would always be asking questions. And I think questions that just made it obvious that she would quietly be watching everything.
I think it all kind of just comes from this idea of being curious about like art and nature and how do I fit into that puzzle. I think I often get told that there's a bit of a paradox between myself on the field and off the field. Socializing and getting to know people can kind of be, you know, more like pulling teeth sometimes, whereas on the field I think it kind of comes more naturally for me.
Jflem, one of the most promising faces of Canadian soccer.
I guess I like being on the ball in the game, so I think my energy level definitely goes up. I think that's probably when I feel the most confident as a person or a player, is when I'm on the ball.
Fleming lets it go!
When Jessie gets the ball, the game in her mind slows down.
How about the composure of Jflem?
She sees things in like slower pictures.
It's a nice, calm and collected finish from Jflem. Great stuff to see.
She sees a lot of things that no one could imagine of seeing. Like, she anticipates the game in her mind, and she can just see what she's gonna do.
Sometimes it's actually a downfall to her, because then she's making a pass that the receiver of the pass didn't see coming.
I do have a good awareness of what's going on around me and kind of a good sense of, you know, how the people around me are feeling or moving, that kind of thing. And I think that comes from being an introvert, is that I think I'm an observer more than I tend to talk.
Jflem, she's a tough one to crack. In a way, she reminds me of myself. Just like gets down to business, does her work at such a high level.
I can definitely say I've learned a lot from Sink, and I think I relate to her in some sense. The little choices she makes between, you know, doing something towards the light or something towards the dark, and it's always kind of the more positive thing or the hard-working path that Sink chooses.
She's a veteran on this team, and she's still in college, which is scary, and she's one of those players that seems like she's been around forever. It's hard to imagine where she'll take her game.
A big part of what I want to be is, I think, a collection of my friends and family and kind of the closest people around me. This is a picture from the weekend my dad dropped me off at university. A picture of my friends and I. This is a picture of my mom.
I think just the way she looks at things and thinks about people and thinks about the world or choices that people are making might be a little older than her years.
I think I just have maybe different interests than people my age. I guess I just see things with a lot of wonder and interest, and I want to know how they work.